Alright, what's up YouTube? Man, haven't done much in the way of videos this week, mainly because it's just been a busy week. The week started out weird, a little off my game, but then I got into a groove, and I'll be honest, making videos wasn't part of that groove. So I was just working my butt off. You guys can't really see that. It doesn't look like the colors on that. Oh, there you go. Look at those colors. Sunsets are cool too. I don't know if you guys watched my previous video where I was talking about sunrises. Sunsets are cool too. But anyway, yeah, so this week's been a busy week, and we've just been hustling. I don't know any other way to say it, but it's like hustling, grinding. Like I don't know. I've been working very diligently this week, and yeah, so no videos, but or just the one in the beginning of the week, and then now I'm going to make this one. Hopefully I'll have it out Friday morning-ish, Friday afternoon-ish. But anyway, yeah, so I'll let you guys know at the end of this video what my weekly gross was. I think that'll be kind of like a weekly thing I do on Fridays. I'll just kind of give you guys like, hey, here's what this week looked like, and let you guys know just kind of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how owner operating as a lease operator is going for me. And yeah, we'll get to trucking now. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Was unloading the first load, and yeah, that windshield was really terrible, and after washing it, still terrible. There was actually, so I went over to the wash rack, and there was like a little bit of water left in one bucket, and then the other bucket was cleaned out and dumped. And they lock up all the soap and everything at the end of the day, and being that I start at 5 p.m. everyone's usually gone, so I went over there, and at the bottom of the bucket that had a little bit left, it was like dark brown, and I thought, that looks weird. I wonder, like, there's like a lot of mud in there or something. Like, so I kind of swished it around, and I was like, that smells like coffee. And then so I just put some water. I didn't have any soap because they lock it up, and I don't bring my own from home because who brings their own soap anyway. But I'd use the same brush, And so sure enough, as I use the brush, I'm like, there's like coffee grounds in this brush, like all the way in it. So I washed my windshield with coffee grounds. Is that like some kind of a DIY hack? And did I just do something really cool that you know, no one else knows about? I don't think so. Is that like doing like how they put the little stuff in the toothpaste and it's like gives it a little grit so it can scratch all the plaque off? Is that what I'm doing with the coffee grounds in the soap for the windshield? I don't know. Anyway, got it clean, got a little bit of driving footage for Gus, and then yeah, so we'll get this unloaded, and once we finish today's loads, I'll take a look at my load sheet and we'll get down to the numbers, to the nitty gritty. And yeah, you notice I started doing this on a week when I had lots of loads, not 2 weeks ago when it was dead slow. You know, you don't think to share your numbers when they're not very good, but I'll share those numbers too. How about that? At the end of the video, I'll share what because actually my check today was actually one of the slow weeks, so I'll go ahead and add that in at the end of the video. That way you guys can get a good representation of what it's like. You know, have more good weeks than bad weeks here, but there are bad weeks, and you know, the money doesn't just like flow in easily. I really want to show that you can make a little bit of money working local as an owner operator, show you guys what that's like, show you guys that you can have family time too, and you know, that comes with some sacrifice, comes with some hard work. There's a lot of days that I just wake up, get ready, go to work all day, all night really, because I work nights, obviously, and then go home, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, and get dressed and leave the house. And I see my kids, I physically see them, I kiss them on the head, I give them a hug, and then I take off. That's it. So it's hard. It's still, there's still a sacrifice there. Trucking is not an easy profession. Trucking is not. If you want to be successful at it, you got to work. There's money to be made, but you got to have the wheels turning to make it. So yeah, maybe one day we'll have a fleet, and you know, the trucks will be making money while I spend time with my family. But until then, one truck means one guy's got to keep that truck moving, and that's me. So got to be sitting in that truck, holding that steering wheel, staring out that windshield. So anyway, on to the numbers. All right, cool. All right, what's up, YouTube? Yeah, I've recorded this little weekly review revenue segment twice now. Both times was over 10 minutes long, and I wouldn't wish that video on my worst enemy. So I was sitting down to edit, and I just said, you know what, I got to re-record this and make it a lot quicker, because there's no way to even edit that out to make it worthwhile. I don't think my own mom would want to watch that video. So I'm just gonna let you guys know, I did 17 loads this week. Went to work Sunday night. You know, I was home each day, each morning, but it was like home to sleep and eat and take a shower and then go back to work. And so I did 17 loads, five nights this week, and my gross revenue for the truck was $5,500, and I'm rounding it. But yeah, all the loads were of the better variety, as far as the kind that have kind of the highest profit margin as far as fuel consumption is concerned. So I should be pretty darn close to 50% on the operating profit. So that means that yeah, my check should be in the neighborhood, my net check should be in the neighborhood of 27, 28, in that range. And that's not guaranteed. You know, sometimes the fuel consumption's a little off depending on the route I take or things like that. But anyway, yeah, I know most of you guys are interested in this part of trucking and owner operating and finding out, you know, what you can do locally as an owner operator, if it's worth the money. And so anyways, just want to share it. Now I did want to share the week I had 3 weeks ago, which is a totally night and day difference. I had 3 days of work instead of 5, and I only had 6 loads for the week. And that's the check that I'm actually getting today. So 6 loads versus 17, 3 days of work versus 5. So quite a bit shorter days and less days of work and less revenue. So under $2,000 of revenue. So you apply that same kind of like 46 to 49% operating profit margin that I usually have, it's going to be like a $900 check. Let's just be real. It's going to be pretty bad. So that's if everything went well. It could sometimes my profit margin goes a little lower if I use too much fuel. Sometimes if I don't fuel up at the end of one week and then I fuel up at the beginning of another week, then I can transfer all that fuel cost to the next week's paycheck. And sometimes it just happens like that. Sometimes it just has to happen like that. Sometimes the way that they cut the fuel off, if I work on like a Friday night to Saturday morning, that fuel gets counted towards the previous week, even though the loads get counted towards the next week's paycheck. So sometimes the fuel consumption is a little off, but it evens out over time. So I just know that my profit margin is generally on average between 46 and 49%, and I just keep it, figure my profit on that. And anyway, so so the good weeks are like this one that we just got done with, where you're tired, but it's that good tired, that exhaustion of like that satisfaction of working your butt off, providing for your family, and then and then coming home, and as soon as you close your eyes, you fall asleep like immediately. So I got in a rhythm this week where it was just working my butt off, coming home, sleeping good for like 4 hours straight, and then you wake up to use the restroom, and then you try and fall back asleep, and then maybe the Peterbilt dealership starts calling you, and so you can't fall back asleep after that because you're just too excited. So there's like a satisfaction in working your butt off, though. That's another video. We'll talk about that later. But so we're making a living, providing for our family, tiring our bodies out, and making things making a future for our family. And so this week helps make up for a few weeks ago, and there's another week. So this check today, and then next week's Friday check is another terrible one. And so this week helped make up for that. Last week helped make up for that. And then hopefully next week, the load count should be pretty similar to this week. So we should be rocking and rolling again. So it's a good way to end the year. These checks are all coming through in December. So it'll be good weeks. So anyway, really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I got some videos coming out next week. I've already kind of started some recording on. So stay tuned, and check you later. I don't know what I want to do. I got to find a way to end these videos without the things. Yeah, check you later. Peace, love, happiness, joy. I don't know. All right. See you guys later.